let's get into making this Crunch Stitch Cowl. To make it exactly the same size as mine, you'll need 150 grams of yarn. Now I have here yarn from Knit Picks that my affiliate sponsor has kindly given me, and it is all DK, it's just different colours and different textures. I used a 5mm hook for this project, and of course you'll need your darning needle and your trusty scissors too. Now before you start this project, if you would like, you can go back and have a practice of the crunch stitch. I have a tutorial that is under square number 2 of the 2025 sampler blanket. And I used the single crochet foundation row for the bottom instead of a chain. If you haven't watched the video called The Prelude to the Crunch Stitch Cowl, I'll just quickly tell you a few important pointers. I did 111 foundation stitches across the bottom, which ended up measuring 72 centimeters in width. Then I did 49 rows. Why didn't I just do 50? I don't know. And it ended up being 27 centimeters. So how's that irony? 72 and 27. There must be something in that makes it feel just right. We begin this tutorial by making an uneven number of chains. Yarn end in your right hand, making a loop around your left, pulling up the loop with your hook, and you've got a slip knot there that's movable. Yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the loop. Yarn over, pull through the loop. Yarn over, pull through the loop. And keep on going till you reach the desired length. Now that we've made an uneven number of chains, we're going to add in our first new colour. Grabbing your yarn, just pop it on your hook and pull it through the loop on your hook. Tighten up that chain. We are going to do a chain 1 first up, then a half double crochet. Now I usually crochet into the back bumps of the chain, but with this 5mm hook I'm finding that a bit difficult, so I'm going to crochet into the front of the chain. So yarn over, pop your hook through the loop, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. In the next chain we make a slip stitch, popping your hook through, pull up a loop and pull it through the loop on your hook. Now yarn over for a half double crochet, into the loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Slipping your hook in, pulling up a loop and pull that loop through the loop on your hook. Yarn over for a half double crochet, popping your hook in, pulling through a loop for your slip stitch. Yarn over, half double crochet, popping your hook in the loop, pulling up a loop and pulling it through the loop on your hook for a slip stitch. Yarn over for a half double crochet, hook in for a slip stitch. Yarn over and half double crochet. Now hook in for a slip stitch. Yarn over for half double crochet and a slip stitch. Half double crochet, slip stitch and half double crochet. So we are going to start and end with the same stitch, but that alternates each row. Okay, we started and ended with a half double crochet for this row, but the next row we're going to start and end with a slip stitch. So I'm going to pop another colour on now, and to do that I'm going to put my hook through the loops of that half double crochet, pull that loop out and grab my next colour. Popping a loop on your hook, pull it through all three of that half double crochet. Now chaining one and turning your work. This time we're going to do a slip stitch into the stitch below of where we've come out of. All right, so pushing through that back loop of the half double crochet below, pulling up a loop, pull it through the loop on your hook. Yarn over. Now we are going to go into the top of what was the slip stitch below. So it's a tiny little loop just here. Pop your hook in and then it becomes really obvious. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all three. Now you've got this little V here. We're going into the back of that V, pulling up a loop and pulling it through the loop on your hook for a slip stitch. Yarn over into the top of what was the slip stitch, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through all three. Going in between this little V and under the back loop, pulling up a loop and through the loop on your hook. Yarn over, popping your hook through the bottom of that slip stitch from below, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through all three. Making a slip stitch in the next, half double crochet in the next, slip stitch in the next, half double crochet in the next, slip stitch, half double crochet. And I'm trying to work these stitches a little bit loosely so the fabric remains supple and gentle, so it's nice to wear against your skin. Yarn over for a half double crochet, popping your hook in, and because I want to change colours, I'm going to place my new colour on my hook, pull that colour through and through the slip stitch on your hook. Now do a chain with your new colour and turn your work. You can see here that I have not snipped off my yarn ends because I worked it as much as I could, that when I chose a colour I was able to carry it up my work, preventing so many darning in of yarn ends. So this time we're going to start with a half double crochet again. Yarn over, pop your hook through the loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all three. Now we do this slip stitch. See this big V there? We go under the back loop, pull up a loop and pull through. Yarn over and in and underneath the slip stitch from the row below. Pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through all three. Slip stitch into the back of that V, which is the top of the half double crochet below. Yarn over, popping your hook under the slip stitch from below. Slip stitch and half double crochet. Slip stitch, half double crochet. Slip stitch, half double crochet, slip stitch, half double crochet, slip stitch, half double crochet, slip stitch, and finishing off like you started with a half double crochet. Now you might like to use this colour to go back again. You can snip them whenever you need. I just felt that if I could make use of carrying yarns up the side, at least for some of them, that was a win. All right, so that is starting your cowl project with a chain. Once you've finished your work to your desired length and width, we have a rectangle. Now there really is no front and back as such, but I'm choosing the front to be, here's the chain, and here is the first row of the crunch stitch. So I'm popping the first row of the crunch up the front as my right side. So I'll turn these over to join them on the back side. What I am going to do is utilize as many of these yarn ends to do the joining as possible. Therefore, it kills two birds with one stone. So grabbing your darning needle, pick up your first yarn end, and then you can sew into the very beginning of your work. Okay, line the coloured rows up and darn them together with your yarn end. Okay, so some of the yarn ends, depending on how many you've got in one position, will have to be darned in, but some of them can be used to sew your project together. As you're working along, darning your yarn ends in and joining the two ends together, don't forget to check for these floating yarns. You don't want them stuck on the outside of your work. So we need to tuck them in and under the inside of our work. I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and will make the Crunch Stitch Cowl for yourself. It's so warm and snug, I can't wait for winter so I can wear it. Okay everybody, take lots of care until I see you next time. Bye for now.